Shabbat Shalom. Be'ezrat Hashem, we will have the privilege this Shabbat reading the first parasha of the fifth Chumash out of the five Chumashim, Chumash Devarim, and we will read the first parasha, Parashat Devarim. The Torah starts with Ele HaDevarim asher diber Moshe el kol Israel. Those are the words that Moshe Rabbeinu spoke to all Am Israel, Be'ever HaYarden, Bamidbar, in the wilderness, in the plain against Yam Suf, between Paran and Tofel and Lavan, V'chatzerot and Di Zahav. Moshe Rabbeinu mentioned places that Bnei Israel walked throughout the 40 years in the desert. Rashi tried to explain why Moshe Rabbeinu bring those places. And he said, because those words are rebuke, words of rebukes, and therefore, vaguely, Moshe Rabbeinu mentioned those places to bring the sins that Am Israel did in the desert. Moshe Rabbeinu, with his nobleness, tried to rebuke Am Israel not directly, but hiddenly, in hinting what they did. And he does it so beautifully, so artistically. And I would like to mention here these places, Chatzerot and Di Zahav. Rashi explained Di Zahav. It's basically mentioning the Egel HaZahav, the golden calf that Bnei Israel did. And he said that Moshe Rabbeinu basically defending Am Israel for these sins. And he brings a pasuk from Hosea, Bechesef yirbeti lach ve'za'av asu labahal. I gave them silver, and with the gold that I gave them, they did the egel, did the avodah zarah. And Rashi explained that Moshe Rabbeinu defending Am Israel, and he's saying that because of the plenty zahav, gold and silver that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to Am Israel, this is what brought them to do the egel. The Gemara in Masechet Berachot brings more explanation about the conversation between Moshe Rabbeinu and God. Moshe Rabbeinu said, Ribono shel olam, for the silver and the gold that you gave them so plenty, till they said, enough, die. This is what caused them to do the egel. And surprisingly, we find out that HaKadosh Baruch Hu accepted those words of Moshe Rabbeinu and basically admitted, Kesef hirbeti lah ve'zahav asu laba'al. Yes, I give them a lot of silver, and with the gold that I gave them, they did this avodah zarah. But we have to understand what kind of sanegoria defending Moshe Rabbeinu, what kind of words of defense Moshe Rabbeinu brings upon Am Israel to God. We have to understand what kind of words of defense we find out in the words of Moshe Rabbeinu to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yes, HaKadosh Baruch Hu did so many things, so many good things to Am Israel. Took them out of Mitzrayim, split the Yam for them, the Yam Suf, gave them all the fortune of the Egyptian, and more than that, when they found out, when the soldiers of Paro drowned in the Yam Suf, does it mean that with all this wealth that HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought upon Am Israel, they have to sin against him? Hagaon Rabbi Mordechai Eliyahu, Zechuto Tagen Aleinu Amen, he explained that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to every person two Yetzarim. One is Yetzer HaTov, and one is the Yetzer Hara. One is the good inclination, as we're saying, and the one is the otherwise. And with these two forces, the good and the bad, with all the plenty that HaKadosh Baruch Hu brings upon each person, this how he's supposed to worship HaKadosh Baruch Hu and to fulfill the commands of Hashem. Nevertheless, yes, we have to fight the Yetzer Hara, but not all of us can do that so bravely. Some of us, unfortunately, we're failing here and there. And Moshe Rabbeinu said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yes, Am Yisrael, you gave them so much, but because you gave them so much, this is what caused them to sin the Egel HaZahav. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu accept those words of defense. And he admit that yes, I gave so much to Am Yisrael, and yet I gave them also the forces to basically to take all this wellness that I give them to sin against me. Therefore, it is not the mistake of Am Yisrael. And therefore, lo ebit aven beYaakov, HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't see those sins that we did. Baal Orach Chaim HaKadosh explain these two words, di zahav, that we can find out two kind of people. One that says, die to the gold, enough for the gold. In other words, what I have, it's enough for me. I'm not looking for much more than that. And the other one is the one that's seeing that everything that he has, it's pure gold. And Baal HaOrach Chaim HaKadosh explained that the second person, his level is much higher than the first one who is accepting everything that he have and doesn't want more. He said that the one that sees that everything is gold, everything is bright in his life, he doesn't want more than that. And therefore, he is the one that accepts what HaKadosh Baruch Hu give him. While the other one always want more, always want better than he has so far. We have to understand that in materialistic items, materialistic life, a person always should be very humble, very modest. But yet when it's come to Divrei Kodesh, learning Torah, and excelling in what HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us, a person always should strive to have better than he is at this moment. Be'ezrat Hashem, Yehi Ratzon that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give to us, to all Am Yisrael, the strength and the power to be better, and with our effort we will bring Mashiach Tzidkenu speedily in our time and bring the Bet HaMikdash, the third one, right now. Amen v'amen. Shabbat Shalom.